Hello everyone, let's discuss Punjab and Haryana High Court Clerk exam conducted on 22 November 2022, Shift 2. So let's move to part 1, that is General Knowledge. Question 1. Chess Olympiad 2026 will be hosted in which country? That is Uzbekistan. The 46th Chess Olympiad was awarded to Uzbekistan for 2026. Question 2. Which statement are correct about the policy initiative introduced in the 1991 to 1992 budget for correcting fiscal imbalance? First, reduction in fertilization subsidy. Second, abolition of subsidy on sugar. So both are correct. The 1991 to 92 budget was part of the fiscal adjustment program during the economic crisis. Reduction in subsidies including fertilizer and sugar related subsidy was among the measures used to contain fiscal imbalance. Question 3. Who was the first Indian to play in the UEFA Women's Championship League? That is Manisha Kalyan. Manisha Kalyan became the first Indian woman footballer to play in a UEFA Women's Champion League match when she represented Apollon Ladies of Cyprus in 2022. In question 4, in September 2021, what annual mean WHO guideline value for gaseous nitrogen dioxide was set to protect public health? That is 10 milligram per meter cube. The WHO 2021 Air Index guideline set annual mean guideline for nitrogen dioxide at 10. Question 5. Who was the first Indian to clinch a Lucerne Diamond League? Neeraj Chopra. Neeraj Chopra won the men's javelin at the Lucerne Diamond League in 2022, becoming the first Indian to win a Diamond League meet. Question 6. Who was awarded the Ayurveda Ratna Award by the UK Parliament? That is Tanuja Nisari. Tanuja Nisari, Director of All India Institute of Ayurveda, received the Ayurveda Ratna Award at the UK Parliament in 2022. Question 7. Which enzymes are starch degrading enzymes capable of hydrolyzing alpha-1,4 glycosidic bonds to produce short chain dextrins, that is alpha amylase? Alpha amylase break internal alpha-1,4 glycosidic bonds in starch, producing shorter dextrin and related product. Amylase starch digestion. Question 8. During which 5-year plan was the minimum needs program introduced? That is 5th 5-year plan 1974 to 79, to improve access to basic services such as education, health, drinking water and rural electrification. Question 9. Which soil covers about 40% of the total area of India? Alluvial soil. Alluvial soil roughly cover 40% of the country's area. It is important in the Indo-Gangetic and Brahmaputra plains. It is most widespread in northern plain. Question 10. When was the Family Court Amendment Bill 2022 passed in the Lok Sabha? 26 July 2022. Question number 11. Which country decided in June 2022 to leave the International Space Station after 2024? That is Russia. Russia announced its intention to leave the ISS after 2024 and discussed developing a separate Russian orbital station. Question 12. The Gandhara School of Art was patronized by the Kushan rulers. During the reign of Kanishka, it shows strong Greco-Roman artistic influence. Gandhara, Kushan, Greco-Roman influence. Question 13. Which station prevents expansionary monetary policy from lowering interest rates and stimulating income and growth? That is liquidity trap. Liquidity trap means monetary policy becomes ineffective. Question 14. Who was associated with the Chittagong Armory raid of April 1930? That is Kalpana Datta. was associated with the revolutionary movement in Chittagong and participated in activities connected to it. Question 15. Mohiniyattam, named after the mythic ancestor Mohini, belonged to Kerala. Mohiniyattam is a classical dance from Kerala. The name is associated with Mohini, the female form of Vishnu in Hindu mythology. Question 16. Which Indian submarine was decommissioned in July 2022? That is INS Sindhuvraj. INS Sindhuvraj, a Sindhu Ghosh class submarine, was decommissioned in July 2022 after a long period of service. Question 17. The Bering Strait lies between Alaska and Russia. The Bering Strait separates Alaska in North America from Russia in Asia and connects the Arctic Ocean with the Pacific Ocean. Bering Strait, Alaska, Russia. Question 18. Which article deals with appointment and conditions of office of a judge of a high court? Article 217. Article 217. High court judges. Question 19. Which waves are the first to cause vibration of a building during an earthquake? P waves. P waves, primary waves, first to arrive. They are compressible waves and can travel through solids, liquids, and gas. Question 20. Which planet completes one revolution around the Sun in about 687 Earth days? That is Mars. Question number 21. Who is known as the father of Carnatic music? Purandara Das. Question 22. In which event did Devendra Jharia win a silver medal at the World Para Athlete Grand Prix 2022 in Morocco? In javelin throw. Question 23. Which is an example of taproot? Carrot, radish and beetroot have modified tap roots that store food. Maize, onion and grasses. These are fibrous or adventitious root system. Question 24. In which sport did Vikas Thakur win a silver medal at the 2022 Commonwealth Games? Weightlifting. Question 25. In which state is the Khetri Copper Complex located? Rajasthan. Rajasthan, Jhunjhunu district. Question 26. In which river was the P-17A stealth frigate Dunagiri project launched in July 2022? Hooghly. INS Dunagiri, a Project 17A, was launched at the Garden Reach Shipbuilder and Engineers facility on the Hooghly River in Kolkata. Question 27. Which company used Elon Musk over termination of the $44 billion takeover deal? That is Twitter. Question 28. The Indian National Congress passed the Purn Swaraj resolution in its Lahore session on 26 December 1929. Lahore session 1929. Purn Swaraj, Nehru. Question 29. Which statement is correct about cytoplasm in humans? That it is made up of a jelly-like fluid. Question 30. The Khiradu temples are a group of renowned Hindu temples located in Rajasthan. They are noted for their intricate stone architecture. Question 31. Which national waterway is located on the west coast of India? That is National Waterway 3. National Waterway 1 is on Ganga Bharati and Hooghly system, and NHW3 Kerala West Coastal Canal. Question 32. Serena Williams, who announced retirement in August 2022, belongs to which country? USA. Question 33. Which physical quantity and unit combination is not correct? That is electric charge, volt. Electric charge is measured in coulombs. Resistance ohm, force Newton, electric current ampere, and electric charge is measured in coulombs. Volt is the unit of electric potential. Question 34. What is the name of Navdeep Singh Gill's book dedicated to Neeraj Chopra? That is The Golden Boy Neeraj Chopra. Question 35. Which is most efficient in eliminating odor and taste from water? That is ozone. Ozone is a powerful oxidizing agent used in water treatment. It helps destroy organic compounds and microorganisms and can reduce taste and odor. Ozone oxidation, taste odor removal. Question 36. In Hindustani classical music, what is the unit of measure of small difference between consecutive pitches within a grammar scale? That is shruti. A shruti is the smallest traditional interval used in Indian classical music theory. Swara refers to musical note while shruti denotes to the fine pitch interval. Question 37. Which power plant is located in Uttar Pradesh? Narora Atomic Power Station. Narora Atomic Power Station located in Bulandshahr district, Uttar Pradesh. Kega is in Karnataka and Kundalam in Tamil Nadu, Tarapur in Maharashtra. Question 38. Which forests are called monsoon forest and occur broadly in regions receiving 200 cm to 70 cm rainfall? That is tropical deciduous forest. Tropical deciduous forests shed leaves during the dry season and are commonly associated with monsoonal regions with seasonal rainfall. Question 39. In which year was PM Kisan launched? 2019, and provides income support to eligible farmer and family. Question 40. Which constitutional amendment abolished Anglo-Indian reserved seat in Parliament and state legislature? That is 104th Constitutional Amendment Act 2019. 104th Constitutional Amendment Act 2019. Question 41. When was National Aluminium Company Limited, a schedule a Navratna CPSC established? 1981. 1981. Question 42. In the 2022 to 23 budget, PME Vidya's One Class One TV channel program was expanded from 12 to how many channels? 12 to 250. The budget announcement was actually expansion to 200 challenges. Question 43. Which match is not correct regarding Indus Valley Civilization site? That is Lothal and Dholavira are in Gujarat, and Kalibangan and Balthal Madhya. No, this is incorrect. Kalibangan and Balath are in Rajasthan, not in Madhya Pradesh. Rakhigadi, Haryana. Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, Pakistan. Question 44. Nathan Peer Baksh was the founder of which school or gharana of Indian music? That is Rampur Swaswan. Question 45. Which round table conference was held in London from 7 September 1931 to December 1931? Second round table conference. Question 46. The Ministry of Labour and Employment launched the e-Shram portal on 26 August 2021. Question 47. Who appoints a person qualified to be appointed a High Court judge as a Advocate General for a state? Governor of the state. Question 48. Which mountain peak is not located in Uttarakhand? That is Makalu. Makalu is in Himalaya of Nepal, and Kamet, Chakukam and Nanda Devi are in Uttarakhand. Question 49. Which dance form is related to Jhum cultivation? That is Gharia. Gharia is a traditional dance tradition of Tripura and associated with Gharia festival, which has connection with agricultural and Jhum cultivation communities. Question 50. In 2004, the Union government hiked the foreign investment limit in private banking to 74%. Next, part 2, English objective. Question 1, synonym of redemption. Redemption means deliverance from sin, error, or a bad situation. So its synonym is atonement. Atonement means amend for wrongdoing. Question 2, synonym of conserve. Conserve means to protect, preserve, or maintain something. Synonym is maintain. Question 3, synonym of slacken. Slacken means to make or become less tight. So means loosen. Question 4, synonym of superficial. Superficial means concerned only with the surface or lacking depth. So trivial means little important, so its synonym is trivial. Superficial, trivial. Question 5, synonym of irascible. Irascible means easily angered or a quick temper, so synonym is grumpy. Question 6, fill up. Non-compliance dash the rules can have dire consequence. Non-complies with the rules. Question 7, are you traveling to Kolkata by train? Question 8, the man standing beside him does not look too well. Question 9, arrange the sentence. क्वेश्चन 10 भी अरेंज है. क्वेश्चन 11, मीनिंग ऑफ वाइल्ड गूस चेज. Wild goose chase means a pointless or unsuccessful search for something difficult or impossible to find. So its right answer is a futile search. Question 12, meaning of to have sticky fingers. Sticky fingers means tendency to steal or take things that do not belong to you. So to have a tendency to steal. Question 13, meaning of to be in the doldrums means low spirit, feeling low, depressed, inactive. Question 14, choose the sentence containing no spelling error. That is, the reading habit among school children has declined during the pandemic. A option is right. Question 15, no spelling error. Mankind's experience of evolutionary changes from primitive to modern time has been varied. Question 16, no spelling error. Ideally, the use of machinery should be negligible and handicraft should be made purely by hand. Option A. Question 17, antonym of antagonize. Antagonize means to provoke, to make someone angry. So its antonym is soothe, means calm or pacify. Question 18, antonym of stupendous. Stupendous means extremely impressive, huge or remarkable, and unimpressive is its antonym. Question 19, antonym of profuse. Profuse means abundant or plentiful, so its antonym is sparse. Sparse means scanty or thinly distributed. Question 20, antonym of despair. Despair means complete loss of hope, a complete loss of hope, so its antonym is cheer. Cheer means happiness, encouragement, or hope. Now section 3, descriptive. You have to write one essay in given options. So first essay is my neighborhood. A neighborhood is more than a group of houses. It is a small community where people live, interact, and help one another. I live in a neighborhood where people from different backgrounds live peacefully together. There is a small park nearby where children play in the evening and elderly people go for walks. There are shops, a school, a medical store, and other useful facility within walking distance. The best feature of my neighborhood is the sense of cooperation among residents. During festivals and difficult situations, people help each other. Cleanliness, however, is a responsibility that requires continuous attention. Residents should avoid littering and should participate in plantation and cleanliness drive. A good neighborhood makes life safer, healthier, and happier. It teaches us the values of cooperation, respect, and social responsibility. I feel fortunate to live in a friendly neighborhood and hope that all residents continue working together to make it cleaner and better. Essay 2, A Day at an Old Age Home. An old age home is a place where elderly people live when they cannot stay with their family or need special care. I once spent a day at an old age home, and the experience changed my understanding of loneliness and aging. When I reached the home, I met the manager and several residents. Some were reading newspapers, someone talking to one another, and others were participating in simple activity. I spoke to them and listened to their stories. Their experience taught me valuable lesson about patience, relationships, and life. Although the residents welcomed me warmly, I could also feel that many of them missed their families. I realized that elderly people need affection and respect as much as material support. We should visit and care for older people and never allow them to feel forgotten. The day at the old age home was emotional as well as educational. It taught me to value my elders and spend more time with them. Essay 3, The Power of a Smile. A smile is a small expression, but it can have a powerful effect on people. A genuine smile can make a tense situation lighter, encourage a sad person, and create a feeling of friendship. It costs nothing, yet it can spread positivity. In daily life, people often face stress, disappointment, and pressure. A kind smile from a teacher can encourage a nervous student. A smile from a stranger can make a difficult day feel better. In families and workplaces, a positive attitude can improve communication and reduce unnecessary conflict. A smile does not mean ignoring problem, rather it shows confidence and kindness while dealing with them. It can also make us appear approachable and respectful. Therefore, we should develop the habit of smiling and treating others with kindness. A smile cannot solve every problem, but it can change the way we face a problem. Sometimes a simple smile is the first step towards hope, friendship, and happiness. Essay 4, No Pains, No Gains. The proverb No pains, no gains teaches us that success generally requires effort, patience, and perseverance. Nothing valuable is achieved without hard work. A student cannot score good marks without regular study, and a sport person cannot become successful without training and discipline. Life often presents difficulties and failures. These experiences may discourage us, but they also teach valuable lessons. A person who continues working despite obstacles becomes stronger and more confident. Great achievements are usually the result of continuous effort rather than sudden luck. However, hard work should be combined with proper planning. Working blindly is not enough. One must choose the right method, learn from mistakes, and remain consistent. Thus, the message of the proverb is highly relevant to students and every other person. We should not fear difficulties. Instead, we should accept challenges and keep working towards our goals. Success may take time, but sincere effort and perseverance greatly increase the chances of achieving it. Next question is letter writing. Option A, letter to a friend about a new hobby. So first write address, city, date. Dear Rahul, I hope you are fine. I am writing to tell you about my new hobby. Recently, I have developed a keen interest in gardening. I spend some time every morning care for plants on our terrace. I have planted flowering plants, herbs, and a few vegetables. Gardening helps me relax after studying and also teaches me patience and responsibility. I enjoy watching small plants grow from seeds and learning about different types of soil and plants. The hobby has also made me more aware of the importance of trees and a clean environment. I think you would enjoy gardening too. When you visit me, we can plant a few saplings together. Please write back and tell me about your hobbies. Yours lovingly. Then write your name. Option B. Letter to the editor about road accident. To the editor, The National Daily, New Delhi, 22 November 2022. Subject: Growing number of road accidents and measures to prevent them. Sir, ma'am, through the column of your newspaper, I wish to draw attention to the increasing number of road accidents in our city. Reckless driving, overspeeding, drunk driving, violation of traffic rules, poor road condition, and inadequate awareness are major causes. Strict enforcement of traffic rules is necessary. Speed limits should be monitored. Drunk driving should be punished, and dangerous intersections should have proper lighting and signage. Schools should educate students about roads of safety. Drivers and passengers must use seat belt and helmet, and mobile phone use while driving should be strictly avoided. The condition of roads and traffic management also needs improvement. Public awareness campaign can encourage responsible driving. I hope your newspaper will highlight this issue and encourage authorities and citizens to take effective steps. Yours faithfully, then write your name. Question 3 is of praise writing and question 4 is of translation. So thank you so much for listening.